Many people believe that their brain cells are fixed and that there is no way to enhance their cognitive abilities. However, this belief couldn't be further from the truth. Right now, you are probably just scratching the surface of what your brain is truly capable of. This is why, in this video, you are going to learn how to unlock your brain's full potential through proven, science-backed methods. At the end, I'm even going to tell you about a groundbreaking cognitive task that has been proven to increase fluid intelligence, which was previously thought to be fixed and not easily influenced by training. But before we do that, let's first establish the baseline of your current cognitive abilities. For that, we will do 3 short tests in the subcategories: memory, attention, and problem solving. Once we have your scores, we'll be able to determine where you currently stand in terms of cognitive ability, which will make the improvements in the coming weeks way more noticeable. Before we start, get a pen and a piece of paper or open your notes app so you can write down your answers. Okay, let's begin with the memory test. Pay close attention to the 8 words I'm about to say, because you will be asked a question about them. Bicycle, umbrella, elephant, guitar, rainbow, telescope, strawberry, candle. What was the starting letter of each word? Try to recall as many as you can in the next 20 seconds. The solution is now on the screen. Don't forget to note down how many you got right for the grading at the end. Now, let's continue with the attention test. This time, your task is to count the number of times the letter E appears in the following passage. You will get 30 seconds. Ready? Here's the passage. Alright, time's up. Note down the number you counted, and let's move on to the last test. For the problem-solving part, you just need to solve a simple math problem in 10 seconds. The timer starts now. Alright, you have successfully completed all tests. Let's see how you performed. For the memory test, the grading is as follows. If you manage to recall between 6 to 8 starting letters correctly, give yourself 3 points. For those who remembered 4 to 5 starting letters, award yourself 2 points. If you could only recall 2 to 3 starting letters, you'll earn 1 point, and if you could only recall 0 to 1 starting letters, give yourself 0 points. For the attention test, the correct answer is 52. If you got 52, give yourself 3 points. If you counted between 50 and 54, you get 2 points. If you counted between 48 and 56, you get 1 point. But if you counted anything outside of those ranges, you get 0 points. Lastly, if you correctly found the answer to be 50 for the math problem, award yourself 3 points. However, any answer outside this range won't earn you any points. So how many points did you get? On screen, you can see how your score puts you on the grading scale. Feel free to comment your level down below. Now, let's get to the juicy part. As I have preached countless times already, sleep is the foundation of pretty much everything, and neurogenesis is no exception to that. So, give me a minute to quickly summarize everything you would ever need to know to master your sleep. For perfect sleep, you need to start your day with a morning habit. Get natural light within an hour of waking. This practice, backed by many studies, sets your body's rhythm and boosts alertness. Aim for at least 10 minutes of sunlight, or use bright indoor lights if needed. Indirect exposure is sufficient. In the evening, avoid bright lights, especially between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. Use desk lamps and get some evening sunlight to help set your inner clock. Keep your bedroom dark, using an eye mask if necessary. Also, regulate temperature by taking warm showers or baths before bed to help your body cool down afterward. And if you have the means, keep your room between 15 and 19 degrees. Moreover, you can optimize your sleeping position by slightly elevating your feet, unless you have acid reflux. And if you're not a nose breather, try out medical tape on your mouth at night. Just remember, consistency is key. Maintain regular sleep and wake times, even on weekends. If needed, take short afternoon naps instead of sleeping in. Lastly, consider supplements like magnesium threonate and magnesium bisglycinate for relaxation, and apigenin from chamomile tea to induce sleepiness. Glycine can also improve sleep quality by lowering body temperature. Now that we have got this out of the way, let's talk about one of the biggest pillars of neurogenesis: When we talk about dietary interventions for optimal brain health, the adoption of a low-carbohydrate diet is definitely a cornerstone strategy. By minimizing sugar and refined carbohydrate intake, you can mitigate the detrimental effects of oxidative stress on brain cells. This dietary shift also promotes the production of ketones, which are alternative energy substrates that support neuronal regeneration. Additionally, you should also consider the incorporation of omega-3 fatty acids into your diet. Compounds like curcumin, found in turmeric, and catechins present in green tea possess potent antioxidant properties, which shield neurons from oxidative damage. Furthermore, prioritizing foods abundant in choline, such as egg yolks and organ meats, supports the synthesis of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory and cognitive processing. So this could really help your cognitive performance and mental clarity. Opting for grass-fed animal products over their grain-fed counterparts offers additional benefits for brain health. Grass-fed meats boast favorable omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratios, which will be massive for you, especially if you fight with inflammation a lot. Lastly, maintaining adequate zinc levels is crucial for hippocampal function because of zinc's role as a cofactor for numerous enzymes involved in neurotransmitter synthesis and synaptic transmission. Some zinc-rich foods you could try out are oysters, nuts, and seeds. By the way, the research which supports these claims is in the description, and don't forget to check up with your doctor if you have any health conditions. Your vagus nerve is the largest and most important nerve in your body. It carries messages to and from your brain, gut, heart, and other major muscles and organs, and as it turns out, stimulating the vagus nerve can actually help you to think more sharply, learn faster, and remember more. But how can you stimulate this nerve? For one, the act of gargling activates the muscles in the back of the throat. These muscles are connected to the vagus nerve, which, when stimulated, can trigger a calming response in the body. Try to integrate gargling for 30 seconds to 2 minutes into your morning or evening routine. For example, you can gargle right after brushing your teeth. Other than that, slow, deep breathing is a potent tool for stimulating the vagus nerve. Simply inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. Now, the next step was even leveraged by the White Room itself. Ayanokoji did not just learn the piano for fun. When you begin learning an instrument, your brain is tasked with interpreting musical notation, translating it into precise motor actions, and then producing the correct sounds. This promotes the development of fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination, while also enhancing auditory discrimination and spatial temporal skills. The need to read music and understand rhythmic patterns exercises the brain's executive functions and improves memory, attention, and problem-solving abilities. This also reflects in neuroscientific research, which has shown that musicians often have higher volumes of gray matter in various brain regions. On top of all of that, engaging with music stimulates the production of neurotrophins, proteins that support the survival and growth of neurons. Now let's talk about the potentially game-changing cognitive exercise I told you about in the beginning. Dual end-back training is a cognitive task that involves simultaneously tracking 2 types of information over a series of trials. Typically, you are required to remember and respond to sequences of visual stimuli, which are usually presented as positions of a square on a grid, and auditory stimuli, which often are sequences of spoken letters. The N in dual N-back refers to how many steps back in the sequence one must recall. For instance, in a 2-back task, you must identify when the current stimulus matches the one presented 2 steps earlier. Some research suggests that dual N-back training has shown potential for far transfer, meaning the cognitive benefits extend to unrelated tasks and everyday activities. Though the opinions are mixed about that in the scientific community, the good news is that dual N-back training can be easily accessed through multiple websites and even apps, so definitely try it out. If you want a more detailed guide to dual N-back or have any questions, there is one available for educated Mind channel members in the community tab.